transfer to the second half. They will kick off now to start the game to the Lions. Let's go!
Welcome to De La Cruz Stadium. I'm Jose Zeraluque along with Andres Fernando. The Belen Jesuit Wolverines face off against Champagnat Lions. The Wolverines are 4-3 led by Don Shaney, while the Lions are 4-2 led by four-star corner Jalen Harrell.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Jalen Harrell, the Champagnat High School. Their secondary is very scary. That's why our run game is going to be very effective, I feel like, since we've rotated so many running backs. I feel like lately Belen Jesuit's been dominating the run game. And, yeah, I feel like that should be the main focus tonight. I know I've said before, we've stressed this before. Pass game, we need to see it. But tonight, I feel like we don't need to see it as much.
Yeah, our run game's going to be really big. Also, our defense, especially our front seven, has been really showing up in our previous games. They've been playing outstanding, and also our secondary with Jean-Luc Bobian and Luis Consuegra. They've been playing outstanding. Luis Consuegra last game also had a pick 6, and Jean-Luc Bobian every game just shows up.
Oh, yeah. As you mentioned, the front seven, Mark Trapp, number 42, and Ralph DeSantis, number 5, they both have over 10 sacks on the season so far. They're absolutely dominating in the front seven. They're absolutely dominating offensives, and I can definitely see that happening here tonight.
Yeah, this front seven of the Wolverines it's a nightmare for opposing offensive line.
Now with silence as we do the prayer and pledge allegiance.
So it was a rainy night, and it seems as if it will continue to be a rainy night here in De La Cruz Stadium. So we will probably see, as you mentioned, a lot of running, especially with Don Shaney, the star running back for the Wolverines, and pretty much the rest of the rotation at the running back position.
Yeah, even then, running game is very dangerous because, you know, the ball is very slippery. You have to have good grip on the ball in order to run the game really well. And I feel like if Don Shaney has good enough grip, he can really run the ball really well against his defense. And it's been pouring out here. Saying it's rained out here is an understatement because this turf, I don't know how the offense is going to get going. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a very quiet game offensively. It's going to be a very low-scoring game. And if I'm going to be honest, Don Cheney's going to have to work really hard this game in order to get some good yards.
Yeah, this game, there's a good chance that it will be a very sloppy game, and we're probably going to see a lot of turnovers because of the turf being wet and the rain. So the Lions will receive the ball. Brennan Rice with the kick. The return. Great return coverage from the Wolverines as the Lions will start off with bad field position.
Kick returner dropped immediately by Ryan Bertrand.
That's exactly what the Wolverines need. They need to win the battle with field position. As we've seen that in all the games they win with the field position game. And all the ones they lose, they start off with bad field.
Yeah, the last game
it's not funny.
We really stopped them in their side of the field most of the time, even if they were backed up or even at the 40-yard line. As we remember, last game there was a penalty and they had a chance to get out at the 40-yard line, and even then they were stopped. I feel like this Belen defense has not slowed down one bit. The front seven is very scary. And the secondary, it has been playing a little bit subpar, but as you mentioned, Sean-Luc Beaubien, he's been coming up with great plays on the defensive side.
Yeah, here we will see for the Lions, Ryan Aguila, the quarterback. He's a senior. He stands at 6 feet and weighs 185. He's currently a one-star recruit according to 247 Sports. And the stud wide receiver for the Lions, John Kwai Lewis, who's currently a 3-star.
Oh, there's a flag down.
There's a flag on the play, possibly going to be a holding.
Down by the Wolverines.
And it is a holding call on the Lions. It's going to be called back. I mean, it was a great design play there to the screen right off the bat. Ralph DeSantis almost had a hand on it, but the receiver was able to break loose for a 14-yard gain. Again, called back for a holding.
We might also see a strong run game from the Lions as they have Calvin Montgomery, who's currently a senior. He has good size. He's 5'11", and weighs 220, and pretty much pure muscle. And that's going to be pretty interesting to see him go against this Wolverines front seven.
Yeah, as we see right here.
Drops back, getting pressure from the Wolverines, and a good
Great
tackle on the play. Wolverines putting a lot of pressure on this offensive line, which is pretty much what we expected to see, as we've seen in previous games.
We've seen in previous games that a lot of the defensive opportunities came from the front seven in yards of loss and pretty short gains on many plays. And as we see here, Champagnat going with a hurry-up offense. This front seven can hold its own very much for the whole game.
Seems to be some confusion from the offense of the Lions.
It's a handoff.
Montgomery, he's going to break loose. And a big gain as he is down to the 48-yard line. Calvin Montgomery, the senior, with a heck of a run.
As we saw there at the end of the play, Sean-Luc Beaubien again getting there. But that was bad. That was poor. Poor defense on that play. He broke free and he got a really good gain out of that.
Yeah, great blocking from the Lions as they allowed Calvin Montgomery to get that big gain as they're now at their own 47. As the Wolverines, they can't afford that to happen throughout the rest of this game as they rely heavily on this front seven. It's had a great season, but if they allow that, the Wolverines are going to struggle. In shotgun formation are the Lions.
Little gadget.
It's a quarterback keeper. And Ryan Aguila with a solid gain, possibly a first down.
It is going to be a first down for the Lions. Man. Already two good plays off the bat here for the Champagnat Lions.
Yeah, some solid-looking offense.
A flag
and
there.
A flag on the play.
It's going to be an offsides on the defense.
And 5 yards for the Lions off the penalty. Again in shotgun formation. They're going to run up the middle. Good defense from the Wolverines as Calvin Montgomery not able to gain any yards on that play.
Yeah, big stop by the front seven there. As we mentioned earlier, they're the strong suit of this defense.
Yeah, so we're going to get a second and 5 here. Wolverines, they're going to get a big stop.
It's passed.
Aguila drops back, has a wide open receiver. That's good for a Lions first down as he's down to about the inside the 25-yard line as the Lions are driving on this Wolverines defense, exactly what the Wolverines did not want. They did not want the Lions to just start off with this kind of momentum.
Yeah, a little bit more passing than we would have normally seen in a rainy day. Pretty interesting approach to this offense.
Yeah, Ryan Aguilar so far having a good game. He's going to pass it again to an open receiver, and he gets the first down and a little more.
So far, they've been destroying the secondary with curl routes all the way through.
Yeah, as they keep driving on the Wolverines, Aguilar having a heck of a game so far. As the secondary just sort of playing safe defense. They're going to run it with Montgomery.
There it is.
He's taken down for about a 2-yard gain. Calvin Montgomery with a strong start so far.
Another hurry-up offense play.
The offense of the Lions being very efficient. Aguilar drops back. He's going to look towards the end zone. And it is incomplete. Good coverage by the Wolverines, as I believe that was Nathaniel Payne.
Interesting approach, as we've seen in the past couple plays. They've just went for curl routes. In that play particularly, they went with a stop and go. That was a really good route run by the wide receiver. If the quarterback would have just thrown it a little bit shorter, it would have been a touchdown.
Montgomery going to run it, and he is swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Great defense from the Wolverines as they get through the offensive line of the Lions.
So 4th down, they're going to go for the field goal here.
It would be a huge red zone stop for the Wolverines. As in the previous play with the fade towards the back corner of the end zone, that wasn't a bad pass by Aguilar. It was just great coverage from Nate Payne, as he's had a heck of a season. He even locked down a top 100 recruit, C.J. Henderson.
Keeping the offense on the field.
A big 4th down. The Wolverines, this would be a huge stop to force a turnover on downs. Motion, Aguilar drops back, and it's caught.
Man.
Touchdown, Lions. A beautiful play from Aguilar as he finds a hole in the Wolverines' defense.
They caught the defense slipping. Early blitz. That wasn't a good idea by the Wolverines there.
Yeah, they should have probably rushed 4 or 3 on that play, just drop everybody else back. Is that a wide open player right in the middle of the field?
Untouched. He got in there easily.
Yeah, he was wide open. Nobody even near him.
It's an interesting approach here by the defense, going hard and tough early on, just blitzing every time. I guess they're really trying to stress their front 7 more than their secondary, trying to get early sacks and early tackles behind the line of scrimmage rather than getting good coverage on.
And the extra point is good. It's a 7-0 lead for the Lions. A strong start for the passing game, as Ryan Aguilar so far with 1 touchdown and more than 40 passing yards. He's having himself a great game so far, and so is the run game with Calvin Montgomery, who had a big gain to start off the momentum for the Lions as he took it into their own 47-yard line, and that just allowed for them to drive on the Wolverines.
Yeah, their offensive, their play set is very interesting, running RPOs early on. It was very interesting to see as they did run the ball on an RPO earlier with Montgomery. Went for a big gain, went down to the 47-yard line. And then after that, it was pretty much pass, pass, pass. Curl and stop and go. It was really good.
Yeah, they're so far torching this Wolverine secondary.
Watch out the middle!
But the defense as a whole, the secondary is a huge part of that, obviously.
Yeah, now we'll get to see what the Wolverines offense can do to fire back.
It means on program, I think, is when they're literally showing. Oh, when they're showing what I'm doing? All right, bro. Johnny's not showing what I'm doing, bro. I've been on monitor forever.
Every time he passes the ball, something positive happens.
Yeah, Dorian is just magical at quarterback. We hope to see more of him today. It's an onside kick.
Onside kick. And it's recovered by the Wolverines as they're going to start off with great field position at their own 38-yard line.
I'm draining back.
Is coming up with that phone.
When it's not, maybe when they're setting up or like that after they.
So we're most likely going to see a lot of.
I'm draining battery.
I'm surprised if we pass the ball to catch this defense off guard a few times.
Yeah, no, we were very surprised early on with Champagnat going heavy pass. Honestly, it was very interesting to watch.
However, if the Wolverines pass the ball, they're going to have to be careful with Jalen Harrell, who we mentioned in the pregame show. He's a senior who's 6'3", 200. He's a 4-star recruit, currently committed to FSU. But according to Crystal Ball predictions. There's a chance that he decommits and will commit again to go to UM.
That's
Pretty
very
interesting to
interesting.
see.
Saw there a run by Hayden Puente. He's an anchor on the offense. He's a really good fullback. They used him on a couple gadget plays against Doral when Doral was expecting Don Chaney to pop off for quite a few gains, but Hayden Puente was the strong runner in that game and seems to be the main focus right now.
And good defense from the Lions, as that's a loss of yardage for the Wolverines. Not good blocking from Belen, as Don Chaney was just swallowed up in the backfield.
Yeah, no, that was really good defense from the front seven of Champagnat.
Possibility of there being a pass on this play with Dorian Gonzalez. However, I would not throw it to the area where Jalen Harrell is, as he's had himself a heck of a year. And the Wolverines can't afford a mistake here. Dorian Gonzalez feeling pressure, and he overthrows his receiver. He pretty much just threw that one away.
Yeah, he didn't want to get that ball intercepted, setting it up for the punt by Brennan Rice here. Interesting plays first off, but as we just saw a play action pass early on, very interesting for the Belen offense.
Yeah, but that was a 3rd and long. I believe that was a 3rd and 13. So they were trying to obviously convert for the first down. They decided to pass it. Not a bad decision, but just great defense from the Lions to apply pressure on Dorian Gonzalez. Brennan Rice nearly a blocked punt.
That's a short one.
And it takes a negative bounce. And the Lions are going to start off with good field position, as they have the ball at the 36-yard line, their own 36. The Wolverines defense, they need a stop here. They cannot afford to go down by 2 possessions. That would not be a good look for them.
Their first drive for the Lions, they already got a score up for the first drive of the Belen Wolverines, 3 and out. It's not going to look good for the Wolverines if they get another score here.
Yeah, and this Lions offense so far, they've found the passing game, and the running game, obviously, they have there. And there's an official's timeout on the field. So with 6 minutes and a half left in the first quarter, 7-0 Lions lead. So far they have a lot of momentum, and this Wolverines defense was not able to contain them at all last drive, and the Wolverines offense was not able to even gain a yard. In fact, they lost 4 yards on that last drive. It was a 3 and out. Great defense from the Lions.
Yeah, not usually expected out of the Wolverines in their first drive, but they just have to keep pounding the ball if they're going to get anything. Honestly, that should be the main focus of the offense for this game.
So 1st and 10 for the Lions. Ryan Aguila in shotgun formation.
Seeing 2 deep from the Wolverines.
They're going to run at the middle with Calvin Montgomery with a solid gain for about 6 yards. Calvin Montgomery so far having a good game.
He's over 40 yards right now, and just 2 carries. This is pretty good for Montgomery. 2nd down and 2.
They're going to run it again with Calvin Montgomery as he picks up the first down. The Lions would move the chains again as they continue to drive on Belen.
Yeah, now the Lions are looking for more rush plays as they were on the air attack early on.
There's some confusion on the field.
Well, the refs are deferring about something.
Ball is spotted on the 49, 1st and 10 Lions.
So the Lions with the ball on their own 49.
Another handoff.
Calvin Montgomery cuts a field, managing his way through the Wolverines defenders as he gets a 9-yard gain. And Calvin Montgomery so far is a nightmare for this Wolverines front 7, as they just can't stop him for anything whatsoever.
Yeah, he's really getting He's really taken advantage of the Wolverines' defense so far. And actually, hang on. Looks like this ball's coming back.
Yeah, I believe it was a holding. Oh no, it was a face mask penalty on the Lions. So it's 1st and 15. Aguilar, play action.
Ooh.
And it's incomplete.
Another flag. That's on the offense again.
Some immaturity being shown by the Lions.
It was an ineligible receiver downfield. There's going to be another penalty call on the
On that play
Lions.
also, there was a lot of pressure on Ryan Aguilar from this front seven of the Wolverines, which they've been doing this whole season.
Yeah, they just did an outside blitz with the number 40 over there on the far side. They're doing a bunch up 3 wideout formation on the left-hand side. It's a run.
They're going to run at the middle on a big gain as he gets past the original line of scrimmage. Lewis comes swinging on the tackle as he stops Ryan Aguilar on the quarterback keeper. So it's 3rd down and I believe 9.
3rd down about 9, yeah.
Most likely going to see a pass. Calvin Montgomery runs it up the middle and I believe it's a fumble.
And it's Wolverines'
And
ball.
the Wolverines recover the fumble. That's
Oh, no, wait. No, never mind. It's 4th down.
Oh, they decided to give it back to the Lions. So it's a big 4th and 7.
And they're going to keep the offense on the field as they did the last time.
So it's a 4th and 6, a big 4th down. If the Lions convert on this, that'd be... Oh, they said
Oh, it's a
punt,
block.
It's blocked.
It's an interesting play. It's an interesting punt. I've never actually seen that.
You see that from once in a blue moon in the NFL where the quarterback just kicks a punt. I've seen Tom Brady do that.
Yeah, I was about to say Tom Brady, yeah.
But not a bad decision to do it there, as the Wolverines would be backed up at their own 10-yard line.
It was very interesting because I believe someone got a hand on that.
Yeah, somebody definitely got a hand on that play.
Yeah, 1st and 10 at about the 16-yard line for the Wolverines. So as we mentioned, if the Lions would have scored there, it would have probably been a...
They run at the middle. Don Shaney. Don Shaney down the sideline. He's taken
Oh, that's going to be a
down
horse collar.
at the 50-yard line. And a flag on the play, most likely a horse collar.
Yeah, at the end of that play there, just unsportsmanlike. Just a horse collar tackle at the end there. Could have brought him down at the waist, but no, he had to pull the horse collar.
Yeah, not a good tackle there from the Lions. I wasn't able to see who that was, but a great run by Don Shaney.
Oh, it's waved
and
off.
The flag was waved off. So the Wolverines at the ball at the 50-yard line. Don Shaney got 35 yards on that run. A big-time run for the 4-star recruit currently committed to UM, who in fact is playing tonight, currently against UVA, as that game is to start soon. They're going to run it up the middle with Don Shaney again as he gets about a yard or 2.
Now they're starting to turn the wheels on offense. They're starting to get things going. If they want to really gain momentum, I believe you should do more sweep plays, more interesting plays. Just keep the run game going, and I think this offense can really get its wheels spinning.
Yeah. Don Shaney has currently 37 yards on 2 carries. Pretty much just because of that 35-yard run, but it was a fantastic run. And they're going to run it with Don Shaney again as he's
swallowed up.
stuffed for about 2 yards on the carry. Good defense from the Lions as they pretty much knew those 2 plays were coming, as Don Shaney was pretty much not able to gain it.
If I were the
That
Lions
many
right here, I would expect a play action pass like they did in the last drive. Honestly, I would most likely see this play.
Yeah, the Wolverines, they should pass the ball more. Dorian Gonzalez, he's really talented, and every time we see him pass the ball, something good happens.
Yeah, Dorian is a great passer. He's a magical quarterback. Reminds me of Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew's the best quarterback right now in the NFL.
Oh, 100%.
Hands down.
Here,
Dorian Gonzalez on
he's
the
taking
keeper,
it.
getting good yards on this play, as he is down to about the 30-yard line.
there is, however, a flag in the backfield.
Possibly a holding. That would not be good for the Wolverines.
Oh, it's getting called back.
Yeah, that was a holding. Not good for the Wolverines, but it was a good run from Dorian Gonzalez. And not a bad play call, just there was a holding.
It's going to be taken back 5 yards about there. It's going to be a 3rd and 13 for the Wolverines.
So it's a 3rd and long for the Wolverines. Not the kind of situation they want offensively.
Yeah, and they're back in their own field positioning at their own 47. See Brochek there up there on the top.
Dorian Gonzalez on
Oh.
the keeper, and he's tripped up. He would have gotten probably a solid 5 to 10 yards on that play, but good defense from the Lions as they were able to trip him up.
Oh, a little bit celebrating from the Lions. Very interesting early on.
Yeah, big stop.
4th down, Belen. Rice back to punt.
Brennan Rice here with the punt. Oh, beautiful punt.
Yeah, that's a very nice punt. And it takes a neutral bounce as it goes out of bounds.
Rice's punt rolls out of bounds.
Solid punt from Brennan Rice.
Lions side of the field.
So that was a roughly 40-yard punt. That's pretty much what the Wolverines wanted from that, but they would have rather the score, obviously.
Obviously, they were on almost good field advantage there with that run by Dorian, but it got called back due to a holding. And if Dorian didn't get tripped up there, I guaranteed that Wolverine offense would have been able to get a good, solid 13 yards out of that and get the first down.
Yep.
Another run.
Calvin Montgomery, as he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. So that's Christian Gomez on the tackle.
That's what we mean by when the front 7 is very nice for the Wolverines.
Yeah, very strong front 7 for Belen.
Oh, hurry up play.
Aguilar with the passes. He gets about 4 yards on that play.
It's going to be like a 3rd down and 7 here for the Lions. They're just running hurry up plays. They are not.
Yeah, they're trying to get this. They're trying to get their play off when this defense is just not ready for the play to happen.
The tempo is very fast paced.
They're going to run it with Calvin Montgomery as he breaks a player's ankle, and he picks up the first down to the 49-yard line. A great run from Calvin Montgomery.
About a 24-yard gain there. That's very.
As this play will be called back. And we've already seen a few holdings from both of these teams as it kind of affects the momentum.
Yeah, the momentum switch. The tempo of the Lions offense, they're very fast paced compared to the Wolverines. The Wolverines take their time. They pick their plays. They pick their spots. And the Lions have just been doing a great job with the fast paced tempo.
Ryan Aguilar in shotgun formation.
Another run.
Calvin Montgomery, as he's tripped up, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Nico Gonzalez on the tackle.
Brings up another 4th down.
And that is the end of the first quarter.
So at the end of the first quarter, the Lions lead 7-0. So far, we've seen solid running from both teams. We saw Don Shane with the 35-yard carry, and we saw Calvin Montgomery with a few big runs, but one of them was called back, obviously. But his biggest run was definitely his first carry of the game, where he got about 40 yards. About 40 yards, as that gained a lot of momentum for the Lions throughout that drive, and it led up to a touchdown. And we saw good passing from Ryan Aguilar on that play. With the Wolverines defense, we saw the front seven and secondary struggle, especially the secondary. We've seen a lot of, it seems as if it's miscommunication.
Yeah, early on, the secondary was struggling after the Lions offense did a couple of RPOs. They started passing more. They did more curl plays to the left side. On Nate Payne's side, actually, he's been dropping back way too back, and they've been able to get good yardage gains out of that play. And then at the end there, you almost saw a touchdown on a stop and go. That was a very interesting offense play by the Lions. And on fourth down, they went for it, wide open down the middle, got the touchdown.
Yeah, a lot of bold play calling from the Lions as it led up to a touchdown, which was on a fourth down.
As we see here, the second quarter beginning.
And it's a punt. It's a short punt, but it takes a Lions bounce. Wow, a great bounce for the Lions.
Taking over about the 25.
The Wolverines will get the ball at about the 25-yard line or 26-yard line at the start of the second quarter.
And as we mentioned before, the run-heavy offense, it'll come and pay dividends for the Wolverines if they can get the run game going. Hayden Puente, very big anchor on that offense, as well as Don Chaney, of course, the four-star commit to UM. Honestly, Don Chaney, if he can get the wheels turning, wheels spinning, they can really get things amped up on the offensive side here.
Yeah, Don Chaney, he's just such a tough player to stop, as he's a very physical player, and that's pretty much what makes him who he is as a running back. And he's very elusive also, and he's very fast. I mean, he's a track star for Belen, and if he ever gets out into the open field, you can pretty much call it a touchdown already, because the secondary is not going to be able to stop him.
Oh boy, it's going to be a false start on the offense. It's going to get pulled back to five yards there.
Yeah, the Wolverines they can't afford penalties are going against them, as they're already trailing 7-0. It's only one possession, but still. This is a very good Champagnat Lions team, especially their defense. A very solid defense.
Honestly, this Wolverines offense cannot skip a beat. They need to take advantage of anything that they can get here just to get any points up. Even if it's just 3, they need to get some points up this drive.
Yeah, as the run game would have to get going for that to happen.
Oh, and it's ooh.
And I cannot see who had the carry on the play, but he definitely lost a few yards, probably about 3-yard loss.
It wasn't good. The shoe fell off there. It almost looked like the ball, but it was Joshua Sloan on the carry. Big loss for the Wolverines. That's over 10 yards.
Yeah, that was a tough loss for the Wolverines, as now they're backed up inside their own 10-yard line. Is this going to be tough?
It's going to be a second and 22 for the Wolverines. It's down at the 14,
second
actually.
and very long, and we're probably going to have to see a pass to see them pick up a first down.
Most definitely. Watch out for Nick Brochek on the side there, going up against that great defensive back. That's a timeout by the Wolverines.
Yeah, as this timeout will probably allow them to regather offensively. Maybe plan out possibly like a play action, and see how they can use Dorian Gonzalez to pick up a first down, or they just go to Don Shaney, their star running back.
Yeah, honestly, they've been quite quiet on offense as of late. They haven't been getting that much good gains. The only good gain that we saw earlier was Don Chaney's 30-yard run, and then after that, it was pretty much history. That was the end of that drive there. But make no mistake about it, if Don Chaney can break off again, he is not going to go down for the life of him. He's going to go for that end zone. He always sees red.
Yeah, he's a very tough player to stop. So the Wolverines offense comes back onto the field. And don't be surprised if you see a pass play here on second and very long. I believe it's second and 22. We're probably going to run it here to make it third and manageable and then pass it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that, but I wouldn't be surprised either if Dorian just hurls a long one.
Don Chaney, as he is just stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Great defense from the Lions, as the Wolverines just can't get any positive yardage. This Lions defense, it seems as if there's just so much talent on the Lions defense. It's so hard to get by them.
Yeah, no, the Lions defense so far has been clamping up that run game. They've only allowed Don Chaney to get a big gain once out of this entire game, so we'll see if they can actually do good things on the run game. But as it looks so far, they're going to have to pass it more, which is very, very risky.
Yeah, especially with their field position now, as they're backed up at their own 10-yard line. It's going to be very tough to gain a first down here.
Look at Brochek wide right.
Yeah, one-on-one coverage. And the pass is overthrown on a crossing route.
I don't know what Nick Brochek was running there, but if it was a post, I think Dorian could have had him wide open down the field there. The safety was playing down a bit.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't a post. He just went pretty much on a straight go on that play, as he was just going downfield. But it was great coverage from the star cornerback, Jalen Harrell, who's, as I mentioned, a 4-star committed to FSU, as he just locked up Nick Brochek on that play. And the punt by Brennan Rice, a great punt. And it takes a neutral bounce.
The bounces haven't been going well for the Belen Wolverines. That very unlucky bounces.
Yeah, and the Lions getting a lot of positive bounces. As on the last punt they had, I believe it just went about 30 yards in the air, but it got like 20 yards off the bounce.
Yeah.
Or maybe even a little more. Good field position for the Lions.
Watch out for more RPOs. That's their heavy base. It's number 8.
Good defense from the Wolverines. Mark Trapp on the tackle. Mark Trapp, a senior. So second and long for the Lions.
All right, hurry up, play.
Ryan Aguilar hands it off to Calvin Montgomery, who picks up. No, I believe he's just short of a first down.
They're going to mark him short. It's going to be third down in inches.
Running back stopped. Short of the first down. Consuegra on the tackle.
That was Luis Consuegra, the sophomore for the Wolverines. Already starting on varsity. He's had himself a heck of a season. Calvin Montgomery. Oh, a nice move, but he's tripped up. I believe he picked up the first down on that play, though.
This offense is already killing the defense so far with their RPOs. It's non-stop. It's always going to be deadly on running plays. It's always going to be deadly on passing plays.
Yeah, and we did not expect this to happen. The front seven of the Wolverines just coming out flat in this game, and Calvin Montgomery is just running all over them.
Quick pass there.
Oh, good defense from the Wolverines, as that pass only got about 2 yards.
Short pass, very little gain for the Lions.
Looks like a 2nd and 9 for the Lions.
Slow and trapping on that tackle. Second down.
So the Lions, they're looking to score again on the Wolverines, which would be big before the half. It's exactly what the Wolverines do not want to happen. Aguilar.
Oh, it's a taken.
Under pressure, and he's going to run it. And he's got blockers. Aguilar on a solid run, and he's breaking
his helmet
tackles.
is off.
And he had no helmet on. And he did all of that as he picks up a big first down.
There's also a flag on
Wow.
the field, maybe on the defense.
That was they put pressure on Ryan Aguila, the front seven of the Wolverines, and Aguila decided to run it. Good decision, and he had blockers and he used them, and his helmet came off, and he still got once his helmet came off, he got about 10 yards after that.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding there on the defense. I saw as they were lining up, they had another big guy out there right next to him, Bradley, senior running back. He was a big guy. He was trying to block downfield for him, and turned out to be a really good gain for him on that play.
Yeah, it was a great run from Ryan Aguila. As you can see, what a competitor he is. As his helmet flew off, and he decided to keep running it, and he didn't even scare out from running the play, even though his helmet came off.
Yeah, as we see here, the Lions are going to take over at the Wolverines' 16-yard line. So far, the Lions are 1 for 1 in the red zone, getting a touchdown early on. So we see a different quarterback in, number 15.
That's James Herod.
And it's deflected by
Good.
Nate Payne.
Nate Payne, a heck of a play and a great read by Nate Payne, as he perfectly read what James Herod was gonna do. Who's a senior, who's 6'1". He's been in a QB battle with Ryan Aguila throughout the season, but Ryan Aguila's pretty much beat him.
It's an interesting one-on-one there. It was batted down by Payne. We're gonna see more RPOs.
Calvin Montgomery breaks a few tackles, but he's finally taken down, short of the first down.
Bradley there. Bradley with a 4-yard gain.
Sets up a third down. Third down, Wolverine fans.
Yes, that was Everett Bradley.
Seniors, make some noise out there.
So 3rd down and 6.
A big third down for this Wolverines defense. Montgomery
Tripped
is
up.
tripped up, just short of the first down, I believe. Great defense from the Wolverines. Oh, my bad, that was Everett Bradley.
Sets up a 4th down.
A big fourth down, and it's a bold play call from the Lions. A lot of noise coming from the crowd.
4th and 1. They convert here to get a first down, but if they get in the end zone, it's a touchdown. And it looks like they're
And
going to take a timeout.
Timeout called by the Lions.
So far, we've been seeing interesting play calls by both sides. I mean, we've been seeing a lot more play-action plays from the Belen Wolverines, which is pretty unique around here for the Wolverines. And then an interesting play call that the Lions have been going with, the RPO. They've been running it a lot now rather than earlier when they were passing it.
Yeah, it seems as if the Wolverines, I guess they've kind of figured out Ryan Aguila, so they even put in the backup QB, James Herod, who Nate Payne perfectly read a pass he threw. So the Lions pretty much have been running the ball ever since that first drive.
And the Lions have been running it down the throat of the Wolverines defense, now at their own 7-yard, well, actually, sorry, 8-yard line. The Lions are hoping to get another touchdown here, but we'll see how this front 7 and the secondary do right here on this play. I wouldn't be surprised if it's another RPO.
A big fourth down. This would be a huge stop for the Wolverines to force a turnover on downs.
Aguila's on the field. He's got a halfback behind him. Watch, it's going to be RPO to the right side. He's going to hand it off.
The Wolverines looking to get a big stop.
The refs have a little bit of confusion. We're already used to it. We get it every game.
This would be a huge stop for the Wolverines. And a little confusion from the referees.
I don't even know what they're conferring about there. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and a lot of confusion on the field right now.
And now the game's back on 4th and 2. Watch it. They have blockers on the right side. It could be an RPO to the right hand. Up the middle.
And there's a big stop for the Wolverines as they force a turnover on downs. A huge stop for the Wolverines on 4th down as they'll take over with the ball at their own 6-yard line, I believe. Big stop for the Wolverines.
Great stop by the Wolverines, and I wasn't joking about that RPO. I knew they were going to hand it off there.
After that big stop by the Wolverine defense, we have an official's timeout.
An official's timeout on the field. So far, we've been very impressed with the fact that the Wolverines have been stopping this Lions offense in various situations. They haven't been allowing as much of great plays as we've seen in the first quarter. In this quarter, it's been really just an all-out great performance by the defense so far.
Yeah, they're containing the Lions' run game, which is what they've needed to do, as they weren't able to do that in the first quarter. And since they weren't doing that now, they're trailing 7-0. But they've picked that up, and you just see the turnover on. They forced a turnover on downs.
The Lions defense is getting hyped up here as the Wolverines offense getting on the field.
The Wolverines, this is pretty much a must score.
They have to drive down this field. They cannot waste this opportunity. Even though they're on their own 8-yard line, they have to get up there. It's a quarterback sneak.
Dorian Gonzalez gains a few yards on the carry.
Pushes forward for about 3.
Seeing about a 2nd and 8 here for the Wolverines. And handoff.
They're going to run up the middle, and he gets a few yards on the carry. As they need to throw the ball downfield, the Wolverines, as they just can't keep running it. They need to score on this drive, so they really should start throwing the ball a little more. As you saw, Dorian Gonzalez pass the ball twice. Each of those, he was receiving a lot of pressure, but I still think they should throw the ball more.
Honestly, if they're going to throw the ball more, they shouldn't do play-action passes. That just causes more risk of a sack and a tackle for loss for Dorian. It really should be just a pure pocket pass. I really don't believe in play action.
Yeah, in shotgun formation. As they're going to run the ball with Don Shaney. Oh, as he takes a big hit.
And I think he's going to be short.
Yeah, he's out of bounds. Oh, they're going to give him the first down. A great carry from Don Shaney. A good block from Nick Brochuk, the star wide receiver for the Wolverines. He's had himself a breakout season, and we've seen him in a few games, and he's been doing fantastic.
Yeah, as we see there, his blocking is also a good thing for the Wolverines offense. That's why this run game has been so efficient, especially with those sweep plays off the right hand or left hand side. Wherever he's at, we know he's going to block well.
So here come the Wolverines as they want to drive on the Lions. They need to score on this drive. Motion in the backfield.
It's a keeper.
Dorian Gonzalez on the keeper, and he picks up
picks about 5 yards.
Picks up 5 yards, yeah. Solid carry from Dorian Gonzalez.
Big
it's
bunch.
2nd and 5 for the Wolverines.
I formation. Single back.
And they're going to run it up the middle. Gains about 3 yards on the carry. Going to be a 3rd and 2. The Wolverines, they need to convert on this
Ooh.
3rd down.
There's a first down for the Wolverines, actually.
They gave him a first down. Wow. So first down for the Wolverines as they're starting to drive on the Lions, which is exactly what they needed.
Yeah, now it's more of a smash mouth game. It's pretty much Don Chaney running it up the middle or on the side where Nick Brochek is. It's pretty much smash mouth football, and that neutral zone infraction on the defense.
Defense, 5-yard penalty, results in a 1st and 5.
Great call by there by Dorian. Cadence caused the defensive line to move. It's going to be a 1st and 5 at the Wolverines' 35-yard line. Moving up the field slowly but surely.
Wolverines, they need to score on this drive, as I've mentioned. They're going to run the ball. They gain a few yards on the carry.
Hayden Puente.
They've used him a lot this season behind Don Chaney.
Yeah, we've seen it more in the Doral game than anything. Hayden Puente got more carries and more yards for out of that game than Chaney did. But overall, Chaney didn't do that bad in that game either. He had 90 yards, a touchdown, just a couple carries.
Yeah, Hayden Puente has been doing a good job in the running back rotation.
And here he is again. Oh, he broke free.
Hayden Puente picks up the first down, and that's roughly a 20-yard carry, maybe a little less, as the Wolverines pick up a big first down.
With about a 13-plus yard gain there. But yet again, Hayden Puente.
Yeah, Hayden Puente, as I mentioned, he's been doing a great job as a backup running back. I mean, the Wolverines love to use him.
Oh, this is a little interesting. 2 wideouts for the Wolverines here.
And they run it up the middle.
Again with Hayden Puente. He gets about 6 yards there.
Solid carry from Hayden Puente. Hayden Puente so far in the past 3 plays has been doing a solid job. Exactly what the Wolverines want out of him. He's doing a perfect job.
Exactly what the Wolverines want, period. I think they're doing really well this drive. They just keep pounding the ball. It can pay dividends for them.
They run it with Don Chaney. Don Chaney picks up the first down. The Wolverines starting on a drive on the Lions.
Just a great run there by Don Chaney. Just pure strength.
With 1 minute and 10 seconds left, the Wolverines, they need to score a touchdown before the end of the half. 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Got about a minute here in the second quarter, and they need to get a score up quickly.
They give it to Don Chaney again. A lot of red in the backfield as he's taken down for a loss of a yard.
Timeout for the Wolverines. Great effort, though. I like that. Even though there was a lot of red shirts out there, he still managed to get through and still get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but that just showed that was not good blocking by the Wolverines offensive line, as pretty much all 11 defenders of the Lions were all in the backfield. And Don, he managed to break a few tackles, but he was finally taken down.
As we mentioned so far, Don Chaney, he's been doing a pretty good job on the offense so far. Has over 50 yards and about 6 carries. And again, no scores yet for the Wolverines. Soon to come here on this drive, hopefully. I think they're more or less in field goal range for Brennan Rice. I feel like, well, that's going to be a long kick if they bring him out there. It's going to be about a, 55-yarder.
Yeah, we've seen Brennan Rice nail it was a 52-yarder against Gulliver that he nailed it perfectly. And we've seen him in practice nail some far kicks. However, we've seen some inconsistency from him throughout the season.
We've seen him kick the long ones and then miss the short ones and then vice versa. It's just you never know with Brennan Rice, but we can assure he has good enough kick power. What's a pass?
Dorian Gonzalez looking downfield, and he finds, I believe that's Hayden Puente on the catch.
Actually, Nico Gonzalez at the 30-yard line. Beautiful play. I mentioned earlier how the play-action rollout wouldn't be smart against this defense, but right there it paid dividends. Dorian was able to get out of the pocket. He had enough time. He threw it downfield to Nico Gonzalez, who was wide open. Got a great gain out of that play.
Yeah, as you see, as Dorian Gonzalez was under a lot of pressure in the pocket, as he escaped the pocket, as it was play action, and he threw it downfield to Nico Gonzalez, who, as you mentioned, was wide open. And they were just short of the first down, but still good positive yards out of that play.
Yeah, 3rd and 4 for the Wolverines as they took a timeout. Starting to become a game. The Wolverines are starting to try and get back on into this one. As you mentioned with Dorian beforehand, his magic on the field. We've seen him in a couple of pass plays beforehand. Didn't see him do much. He kind of overthrew a couple of passes, but then right there connects with Nico Gonzalez. Or actually, I think that was Francisco Aguero. My bad. Francisco Aguero, number 3. Just great overall offense right now in this drive by the Wolverines. I think this is a very impressive drive, whether it's 3 or 7.
The Wolverines, as I keep mentioning, they need a score with time is winding down.
Oh, here's going drop back.
Gonzalez goes deep downfield to the end zone. And
Incomplete.
he misses Nick Brochek, who had room on his defender. Not a bad play call, as they decided to throw a shot to the end zone. Just Dorian Gonzalez just misses him.
Obviously, Don on the left-hand side. He's out in wide out formation, but it's going to be a timeout by the Lions here.
There's 22 seconds left in the half. The Wolverines need to score quickly.
It's a 4th and 4 by the Wolverines. This is a very interesting play call if they actually go for it. They're going to need some gadget play, honestly. I don't see a run play going for that much, and even if it's a pass, just due to Dorian's inconsistency tonight, I don't know if it's going to be a first down or not. It's going to be very interesting how they play this.
I mean, if I were the Wolverines, I'd just run a crossing route, and then Dorian Gonzalez, hopefully he hits whoever the receiver is. Nick Brochek, the star receiver for the Wolverines. That'd be ideal for Belen.
Yeah, we saw earlier the play action rollout actually worked against the Lions, but we have yet to see if that actually works long term, because that only worked one play. So we'll see if Dorian can uncork a good pass here for a first down, or if we see Don Chaney run for a good gain. So we see Brennan Rice down there on the sideline. He's warmed up, but we don't know.
With 20 seconds left in the half, the Wolverines need to score.
There we go. Nick Brochek there on the right-hand side, and then Don Chaney up there at the top. It's going to be very interesting what they do here.
Gonzalez drops back.
Oh, he's going to throw it to Don. It's overthrown. It's going to be incomplete.
Overthrows Don Chaney. So he completely missed him, as he had a lot of time in the pocket. Great job by the O-line, giving him enough time to get rid of the ball. Had Don Chaney, who had room, he just completely missed him.
Yeah, I felt like Dorian had a lot more pocket time there. He should have just waited for another receiver to get downfield, unless it was just 2 go routes. Then he probably should have put it in a more perfect spot. As I said beforehand, the inconsistency tonight we just saw there.
Yeah. So now the Lions with the ball. That was a turnover on downs.
They're already at the line. They're already another play. Again, they're fast pace. Same formation as their normal RPOs. Let's see another one here.
Aguilar drops back. He's going to look downfield, And it is incomplete. Great coverage from the Wolverines. So that was Sean-Luc Beaubien. Great coverage.
Yeah, as we saw there, great coverage by Sean. Just being in the right spot at the right time, just taking that ball out. It's a
The
handoff.
Lions. Calvin Montgomery stopped just short of the first down. I believe they'll give him forward progress. And with 0.7 seconds left in the half, it's a 7-0 score. The Wolverines have not been able to put any points up offensively, but we've seen their defense show up here in the second quarter. They struggled big time in the first quarter, but here in the second quarter, they've showed up. You've seen the front seven, not completely, but they've started to find a way to stop the run game of the Lions. They've sort of contained the run game. And the pass game, the Lions just haven't been using as much as they did in the first quarter.
Yeah, no, in the first quarter, the pass game was doing dividends for the Lions there, but they ultimately went up with the run game, and now we see that they're doing pass plays to get it warmed up, possibly for now, for a Hail Mary down the field to see what they could do here. As they're up 7-0 in the second quarter, 0.7 seconds left.
Yeah, I believe the Lions are probably just going to kneel it, or they just go for like a Hail Mary or like a hook and ladder type of play.
Yeah, I expect some of that magic.
And they're going to look downfield.
Oh, he's tossing
Aguilar
it.
throws it downfield, and
Oh,
it
he
is
has a man.
caught.
And he's out of bounds.
He's out of bounds, and that should be the end of the half. The Wolverines are trailing by 7 as the Champagnat Lions lead 7-0. We've seen good and bad defense from the Wolverines, and they've sort of started to figure out the offense of the Lions, and the Lions just are completely stopping this Wolverines offense.
Yeah, we've seen the offense hasn't been doing that much, but there at the end of the second quarter, they were able to get things going. Unfortunately, Dorian threw a bad pass, and it was a turnover downs, but we hope to see more out of Dorian in the second half because the passing plays have been working. We saw a PA rollout that actually worked out, and it was really good. And now we're going to send it to Adrian Rodriguez down on the field with head coach Donald Cheney.
And we're having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, the Lions have been doing pretty well there on the offensive side of things. RPOs early on, pass plays at the beginning of the first quarter, and then pass plays there at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, we saw strong running from Calvin Montgomery. He had a few big gains in the first quarter. In the second quarter, we saw the Wolverines defense sort of contain him, so they decided to put in the backup running back, Everett Bradley.
Yeah, Bradley had good gains there at the end there, and they were able to get things going for their offense. And the pass game, as we mentioned before, on a fourth down goal, they were able to get a touchdown there off of defensive miscommunication for the Wolverines. And that's how they got the score up 7-0. But after that, pretty much has been a defensive stance from both sides.
Yeah, a lot of bold play calling from the Lions, and the Wolverines been playing pretty conservative so far, and they are probably going to have to change that in the second half. So the Wolverines trailing at the end of the half 7-0 against the Lions.
And we'll be back at the start of the third quarter.
featuring current NFL star Duke Johnson, Westland Hialeah, and University School.
Can you get them or you need them better?
In hand, the Wolverines roared through the state playoffs.
You're missing the most important guy. Oh. I'll wait for you.
Gentlemen, on behalf of Wolverine Nation, you captivated us all that year. Thank you for the thrills. Thank you for the memories.
3, 2. Welcome back to Dela Cruz Stadium for the second half of the game. The Wolverines currently trailing 7-0 against the Champagnat Lions.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of defense in this game, and surprisingly, it hasn't been very sloppy. It's just a lot of good defense.
Yeah, a lot of good defense. Reminiscent of Super Bowl 53, except it's kind of been more exciting than that.
So the Wolverines would get the ball to start off the second half. We're going to see Don Shaney, who had a decent first half. He had 30...
Over 50 yards, about like 6 carries.
Yeah, so it's a solid first half, on pace to rush over 100 yards.
Oh,
Here's
an
a
onside kick again.
And the Wolverines are able to recover the onside kick. And here comes the offensive unit for Belen. As you'll see, Dorian Gonzalez, and I wonder if they're going to start passing the ball more because they need to score. The Wolverines, they need to score.
They need to score this drive, yeah. We've been saying that for the last couple drives. They really do need to get a score here. They're really down in the dumps right now at 7-0.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to put themselves in a big gap because the Lions, you've seen their offense pick up some momentum, especially in that first quarter. But in the second quarter, we saw the Wolverines defense pick it up a little. But
There's Puente.
Hayden Puente gets about 2 yards on the carry.
About forward progress, 3 yards.
Great field position for the Wolverines here as they have the ball at the 45-yard line, I believe.
It's an interesting formation I've seen so far from the Wolverines. They've been doing a lot of bunch, of course. That's their usual formation planning. But what I've seen so far from this game is that they used one of their players in motion to kind of throw off the defense, and so far it hasn't been working. They haven't handed it off to that motion man. But the run game has been very efficient with Hayden Puente and Don Chaney.
Yeah, especially Don Chaney, obviously. But Hayden Puente has been doing a great job as the backup running back for Belen, as he's had a few nice carries, and he almost led up to a touchdown last drive.
Oh!
Big hit, as I believe that was Hayden Puente again, tried to run up the middle and just got popped.
This Joshua Sloan actually got absolutely... he got clotheslined out of hell.
Yeah. Joshua Sloan, the senior. So we're going to get ourselves a 3rd and, I believe, 7, or 3rd and 6. A big 3rd down.
Oh, it's a fumble! It's picked up by...
Oh, my goodness! The Lions on a fumble! Recover it and take it to the house. Unbelievable!
Wow.
What a sequence of events!
I'm sorry, the shoulder bunting at the end was not called for. I'm sorry.
I mean, that was uncalled for, but what a sequence of events. Unbelievable.
They tried to do a double handoff as one of their biggest gadget plays of the season and just didn't work that time.
Yeah,
it was a fumble.
I would believe that's because of the rain that's coming down now. Probably a slippery ball. Dorian Gonzalez probably lost control of it, and I believe the Lions just got it from there and took it to the house. That is very interesting to see. I have not seen that before.
Yeah, and I think this is a big momentum switch for the Lions here. I think the momentum has pretty much gone on their side early on here.
An extra point for the Lions would make this 14-0 as they extended their lead on the Wolverines. This is exactly what the Wolverines did not want. They did not want to be in a down by 2 possessions against a
blocked.
solid, as he misses extra points, so it's 13-0. But the Wolverines did not want to be down by 2 possessions, so solid Lions, Champagnat Lions team.
Yeah, no, 13-0, down 13-0. This is not looking good at all. The only, I would say, good offensive drive that they had was right at the end of the second quarter when they were down the field at their own 20-yard line, it seemed. They were so close to getting a touchdown, and Dorian overthrew a pass to Don Chaney.
Yes, he also had Don Chaney open on that play. And the previous play before that, he had Nick Brochek, who wasn't completely open, but he had a little bit of room on the corner who was guarding him.
Yeah, as we see the return team now on the field.
So that was pretty interesting to watch, that sequence of events. As the Wolverines, now they really need to score. As we've been saying, they need to score for the past, 6 drives. They really need to do it now. They are in need of at least a field goal, but obviously they'd rather a touchdown.
Any points on the board this drive would give them a bit of momentum back in this game. Any sort of points at all would keep them in this game.
And I think they should start passing the ball more with Dorian Gonzalez. I mean, he hasn't been hitting his receivers, but at this point you're down 13-0 and this Lions team is playing really good football right now. I think they need to pass the ball. And
See
a touchback. So the Wolverines will get the ball at their own 25. And a flag, I believe that's unnecessary roughness on the Lions.
I didn't see the play there. I didn't quite catch that. But it looked to be a unnecessary roughness. By number 4.
And the Wolverine fans are very frustrated with
Let him have it.
what just happened, yeah.
At this point, with the Lions getting this momentum, they just want to be a little cocky. Maybe try and get a few little hits in there. Kind of show the Wolverines, like, this is their turf now, but...
So the Wolverines would get, I would believe, 15 yards on that play with unnecessary roughness from the Lions. That was very immature on the Lions' part with the unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, you see a first down and 10 at the 35. Good field position for the Wolverines.
Dorian Gonzalez drops back in the pocket, feeling pressure, throws it downfield, and he misses his receiver.
Almost an interception there. He had Francisco Aguero open. He just had to thread the needle, and he couldn't.
And this play action that the Wolverines are running whenever they pass the ball, it's not working out for them. As the offensive line is having a tough time, obviously blocking for Dorian Gonzalez, and they're not giving him enough time in the pocket because the front seven of the Lions today has just been very dominant.
Now, I beg to differ. The front seven has been getting through, but it's Dorian's effective running that he's been able to get out of the pocket and gain some time on his own. It's just Dorian's precision. He needs to be more accurate with his passes downfield if they want to keep doing those plays.
They run up the middle and they get 0 yards on the play.
Wolverines just looking for anything right now, trying to get any good yardage here.
The Wolverines, they're gonna pick up a first down. They need at least some yardage on this play.
Got Nick Brochek down there.
Yeah, Nick Brochek letting a ride. Dorian Gonzalez drops back. He's gonna feel a lot of pressure, and he throws it, and it was caught, I believe.
Yeah, they're gonna give it to him.
Yeah, and it's completed for only a few yards. I believe that was about a 3-yard reception. And the Wolverines are going to be forced to punt it again. The Lions have gotten a stop on every single drive so far today.
Yeah.
Very good defense from the Lions.
The Lions have been able to shut down the run game and the pass game altogether. I don't really see much out of that offensive playbook so far.
The punt from Brennan Rice takes a very good bounce, and it's down to the 14-yard line of the Lions. A fantastic punt by Brennan Rice.
And getting them down to below their own 15-yard line. The Lions have proven, though, that they can move down the field, and the Belen defense has been struggling so far, but don't sleep on them just yet. They can get back into this.
Yeah. So the Wolverines, they need to get a stop here on the Lions. They cannot afford to go down 20-0 or 19-0 as we saw the Lions miss an extra point. But the Wolverines just can't be in this deficit.
Oh,
Aguilar.
quick pass.
Does it-
Oh!
nearly intercepted.
Oh
Aguilar.
my God.
The pass was read perfectly by Sean-Luc Beaubien. He read it like a book and nearly picked it off.
I mean,
That would have been a huge interception for the Wolverines, as that could have possibly been a pick six. As
it was almost picture perfect.
Aguilar throws it again on the screen pass. And a solid gain for about 9 yards.
As we mentioned earlier, the passing game for the Lions, they've only been using it in the first. They only used it in the first quarter and at the end of the second quarter. Now they're trying to use it more, as they seem like the running game might not be there right now. I don't know where they're going with this.
So it's 3rd and 1. It's a quarterback keeper, and he is
That's a first
good
down.
for a first down. The Lions move the chains on this Wolverines defense.
Well, talk about commentator's curse. I did it again.
So the Lions continue to drive on this Wolverines defense as they're looking to extend the lead to 20-0. But, I mean, Belen needs to stop here against the Lions.
If the defense wants to show something now, they need to show it right now. They need to show signs of life right here.
Aguilar drops back. A lot of time in the pocket.
Oof.
And he overthrows his receiver.
It's actually number 15, senior.
That was
Herrard.
James Herrard, the quarterback.
As you mentioned earlier, they're kind of switching quarterbacks, but this has been quite a few times. Herrard has come in for a couple of pass plays, but I don't know exactly what the Lions are trying to do here. Maybe confuse the Wolverines' defense. We'll see here.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously not working, the passing game so far. He drops back in the pocket,
Oh,
throws
quick
it to
screen.
screen pass, and his receiver is taken down for about a 6-yard or a 5-yard gain.
It's about a 3rd down and 3 for the Lions.
That's up another 3rd down.
They're going to line up close to the left hash here.
All right, as play resumes, it's a 3rd down for the Lions. Wolverine fans.
So big 3rd down for this Wolverines defense.
It's the 3rd down and 3.
In need of a stop. So it's 3rd and 3.
Oh, they have number 15 in.
Herrard
He hands
hands
it
it
off.
off. Everett Bradley with a big carry, breaks a few tackles down to the 50-yard line. The Lions pick up another first down as they are driving on the Wolverines defense yet again.
Yeah, no, the run game for the Lions, again, showing dividends so far. It's just insane. Montgomery again, yeah. Oh, here, hurry up offense here for the Lions. It's a play action. The quarterback's going to keep it.
Calvin Montgomery
man.
breaks loose, and he is taken down after a big first down. The Lions continue to run the ball down the throat of this Wolverines front seven.
Aguilar with a keeper there, 15 yards. Oh, man. It's just I think this has got to be frustrating for the defense. They've pretty much read everything so far. But the Lions' offense just keeps coming back with different styles and ways and just getting more yards out of everything.
Herrard drops back, feeling pressure, throws it down the middle of the field,
Ooh.
and he throws it behind his receiver, who was on a post. Not a good pass from Herrard.
Actually, Aguilar there with a pass. It was
Aguilar.
very underthrown, and the receiver slipped. Beaubien was right there to try and dive and get the interception. He almost had another chance at the ball, but Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
That was actually James Herrard on the pass. So the Wolverines getting the ball, driven down their defense.
Quick pass.
And good defense from the
Oh!
Wolverines.
Oh, it's incomplete. They call it incomplete.
An incomplete pass, as that was Aguila on the pass. As it took kind of long to get to the other side of the field on that pass. He put too much air under it.
Yeah, no, the defensive back right there in coverage was able to get there, get a big hit off, and able to jar the ball loose. We see the Lions offense again here.
Aguilar gives it off. Calvin Montgomery is taken down. Good defense from the Wolverines.
Yeah, finally a stop here for the Wolverines. Is another 4th down for the Lions here. They're going to keep the offense on the field. They're confident. And why wouldn't they be? They have 13 points right now.
4th down, Wolverine fans. Let's make some noise.
Wolverines, they need a stop. Put pressure on Aguilar. And it's intercept. Oh!
Good play
Nearly
by Nico
intercepted.
dropping the ball. It was a smart play.
Ball goes over to the Wolverine offense. Big stop by the Belen defense.
Belen Wolverines taking over at the 34-yard line. If he would have intercepted that, they would have taken over at the 29 or 28. Great.
I mean, if he were to stay in bounds, he probably would have taken that to the house.
Probably. But smart play nonetheless by Nico Gonzalez.
As they'll start off with solid field position, they need to score. I mean, this team really needs to score right now to gain some sort of momentum. Because this offense right now is very stagnant. They have trouble moving this ball. As every time they look to find Don Shaney to run the ball, but this defense on the lines is doing a good job stopping him.
You know, it's the weakness of the offensive line. Oyarzun, one of our main offensive linemen, and Francisco Paredes being out too.
And that is Don Shaney for a gain of 1.
Francisco Aguero,
Francisco,
actually.
yeah, my bad. That was Francisco Aguero. Francisco Aguero also a good backup running back for the Wolverines, as here and there he comes in and he'll get a few carries, and in one of those carries he will always have like a 15-yard carry or 20 yards.
He's a good gadget player there for the offenses. The Belen Wolverines offense, they like to use a lot of gadget run plays, and we've seen that over time with a double handoff. But unfortunately, when they did it again in this game, it ended up being a fumble return for a touchdown for the defense.
And they hand the ball off.
Again to Aguero. That's going to be a
Francisco
loss.
Aguero is swallowed up in the backfield. Good defense from the Lions as they continue to stop the run game of the Wolverines.
Yeah, they're going to get back to the original line of scrimmage here. Back to a 3rd and about 10. So it's going to be a 3rd and long here for the Wolverines.
So it's 3rd and long for the Wolverines. I think they need a passer here because this Lions defense knows exactly what's coming whenever they run the ball.
Yeah, you see Nick Brochek up there. He's getting ready.
Yeah, lining out wide. That's going to be a one-on-one. I'd look for Nick Brochek on this play.
It's a fake handoff.
Dorian
Oh, he's
Gonzalez
hitting him.
throws it downfield.
Almost intercepted. It's going to be 4th down.
Nearly intercepted. So the Wolverines get stopped again, and they're gonna have to punt it again. The Wolverines struggling against the Lions defense.
Yeah, and another 3 and out. 3:50 left here in the third quarter. It's not looking really good for the Wolverines. 13-0.
Brennan Rice with the punt, and it takes a negative bounce.
Oh, there's going to
There's
be a flag
on the
downfield.
play.
Back near the original line of scrimmage. Seems to be
A little confusion.
oh
on the field.
offsetting penalties for both teams. They're going to redo the punt, or
No,
actually rather
the
no, they're
Lions
going to
would-
take over.
Yeah, the Lions would take over the ball. Solid field position for the Lions as they look to extend the lead to 20-0. The Wolverines, they're looking to stop the Lions.
It's not looking good for the Wolverines so far. They've been trying their best to really punch themselves into the Lions' territory. They haven't been doing well at all. But we saw near the end there, the second quarter, they were nearly close to getting into the end zone and just couldn't punch it in. They should have settled for 3 because it would have been just a 10-point lead for the Lions.
Yeah, so the Wolverines, they are in need of they need to stop them, and their offense needs to do something. Their offense has been the issue today. They've been very stagnant. They haven't been able to move the ball much against this Lions defense, which has been playing fantastic throughout this whole game from the start to right now.
And I know it's a little early to mention, but the Wolverines are in desperate measures right now. They need to really stop the Lions here in order to get any sign of momentum back.
And
Ooh!
the pass was incomplete, nearly intercepted. That should have been intercepted by the Wolverines.
Oh, Nico Gonzalez again with a dropped interception.
Nico Gonzalez all over the field defensively today. He's had a pretty solid day on the defensive side of the ball. Aguila just continues to struggle, as he had a good first quarter, and since then he's struggled. He's throwing the ball on slant routes behind his receiver who could be wide open, and then it's incomplete. He's struggling a lot today.
As we take an injury timeout for the Wolverines, Nate Payne down on the field with a cramp. Yeah, as you mentioned, the Lions offense and moving towards passing right now looks to kind of impress the Wolverines defense so far. The passing game has been all right for the Lions, but the running game seems to pay more dividends for them, as do the Wolverines with the running game rather than the passing game. Dorian hasn't been on point as of late as we've expected him to be, but we're hoping to see around in the fourth quarter to see Wolverines do more shotgun passes and see Dorian get some more passes out there.
Yeah, I think they need to start passing the ball more. They need a score at this point. They're down 13-0 in the third quarter with 3 minutes left. They need to get something going offensively.
Nate Payne is walking out off the field with a cramp. As we've seen the Wolverines front seven earlier this season, so far in the season they've been really monstrous. The two key players on that defensive line, Ralph DeSantis, number 5, and number 42, Mark Trapp, both of them have over 10 sacks on the season and absolutely been dominating offensive lines. So far today, they haven't been able to get just one tackle for loss back there in the backfield.
Yeah, this front seven, trying to get through this all night struggling.
Quick pass there.
Aguila, the pass. Oh, the receiver breaks a few tackles, and he's down inside the 50-yard line, down to, I believe, the 45, as the Lions would move the chain. Aguila with a pretty nice read there, and his receiver, the backup quarterback,
Well, Aguilar slips free.
James Herard with the catch.
It's a tackle for a loss. One of the few today by the Wolverines.
Good defense from Belen there.
Aguilar tried to make some magic happen off of that play. Didn't give the handoff, or didn't see any open receivers, so he just decided to take it. Earlier on, it did seem to work for him, but right there, it seemed to not, as he was swallowed up immediately by the defense.
So there's a holding call on the Lions. So that's big for the Wolverines.
It's huge for the Wolverines.
We've seen a lot of immaturity from the Lions. However, it hasn't affected them that much. But here, from the Wolverines' perspective, hopefully it does affect them in a bad way. So it's 1st and 20. So 1st and very long.
It's a handoff.
Hands it
Gadget
off.
play.
Calvin Montgomery turns upfield, and he's back to the line of scrimmage.
Right about the line of scrimmage. He's going to be down at the 50-yard line.
Good defense from the Wolverines as the whole front seven got through the offensive line. As that was Nico Gonzalez with the tackle. As I've mentioned, he's been all over the field today. A very good game from him.
Yeah, we need defensive players to show up, and just one player out of the secondary will mean a lot for the Wolverines' defense. Another gadget play.
And Aguila is taken down by Mark Trapp. The senior takes him down. A beautiful read by Mark Trapp as he knew that play was coming.
Yeah, the defense got there really quickly. They now get the feel of the offense. They're trying to jump it early now. They know what they're doing on offense.
Aguila in shotgun formation.
So 3rd and 14. He's going to take it.
And it's a keeper.
It's an
Aguila, options. And it's
out of bounds around the 41.
A decent run.
It's going to be about a 4th and 5.
And a great play by Aguila as he decided to pitch it back to his running back, who had a wide open lane to gain about more than 5 yards.
And 1:40 left here in the 3rd quarter. It's a 4th and about 6 for the Lions here.
A big 4th down for both teams. Belen has already forced one turnover on downs. However, the other 4th down resulted in a touchdown for the Lions. Aguilar, pressure, steps up in the pocket. He's going to run a few moves,
He's going to get the first.
and he might be down right at the 1st down marker. They might give it to him. There's a penalty on the play.
The refs are talking about it in the huddle here. Might be on the Lions here. We don't know. Looks like it might be a holding call. They wave the flag off. It's going to be a 1st down for the Lions.
No, I don't think they're giving. Oh yeah, they are. They gave the 1st down for the Lions, as they're just driving on this Wolverines defense.
It's got to be mentally frustrating for this defense so far. They've been absolutely drained by this offense with just constant RPOs, just not knowing what Aguila or the backup quarterback will do.
Aguila, a keeper, cuts upfield. Aguila is taken down after a big gain.
Oh, and a flag at the end of the play.
Possibly a face mask on the Wolverines.
Yeah, we saw a helmet flying at the end of that.
Aguila's been doing a great job keeping the ball at quarterback on the quarterback run.
It was a personal foul on the Wolverines. It was most likely a face mask. Yeah, this game has not been going in favor of the Wolverines so far. The momentum is pretty much on the Lions' side here as they are in the red zone once again. This is their third time in the Wolverines' red zone as they've been 1 for 2. In one of those possessions, they got a touchdown.
Aguilar throws into the end zone.
Almost intercepted, and another flag coming in from the secondary.
That was nearly intercepted by the Wolverines. That would have been big, as they need a stop. There was a flag on the play.
An eligible receiver downfield by the Lions is going to be called.
That's the second time we see that today. An ineligible receiver for the Lions. We saw it earlier in the first quarter, and we see it again here in the third.
And we'll see if the Wolverines will take advantage of that call here. Almost had an interception. That's the third dropped interception by the Wolverines so far in this game.
Yeah, if they catch their interceptions, the possible interceptions, this would be a totally different game. And one of them could have resulted in a pick six.
It's going to be a false start on the Lions offense. Now the momentum is kind of...
Wolverines are going to gain some momentum from the immaturity of the Lions. (13-0) here. It's going to be the... And the refs blow the whistle.
That's going to be the end of the third quarter. We're going to be moving on to the fourth quarter now.
So going into the fourth, it's a 13-0 lead. The Lions lead the game against the Wolverines. The Wolverines offense cannot get past this front seven or secondary of Champagnat, and they're just struggling everywhere offensively. And the defense of the Wolverines, we saw them struggle a lot in the first quarter. We saw them do decent in the second quarter. And here in the third quarter, they just get the Lions just drive it down their throat.
Yeah, no, both sides are at stalemates right now. It's been pretty much opportunities that's been giving the Lions hope here with the 13-0 score. Early on in the third quarter, right at the beginning, they had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. That was one play. They have not been able to do much with their possessions, as are the Wolverines.
However, that play was killer. It kind of sucked the soul out of this team, it seems. Aguilar goes
deep
down
pass
into the end zone.
And a flag comes in. That's going to be called pass interference.
A pass interference on the Wolverines. Not what they wanted.
That was almost clear in the beginning there. He didn't look until towards the end there, and that was really bad by the Wolverines allowing that to happen. This is not good at all. As this is... It's going to be a 1st and goal at the 10-yard line here for the Lions. A turnover here for the Wolverines would help out a lot.
The Lions looking to extend the lead against the Wolverines. Looking to push it to a 20-point game. Aguilar drops back.
Immediate
he
pressure.
Has a receiver. Oh, and it's dropped. He had his receiver open with a little bit of room. He probably would have gotten tackled immediately. But he dropped it as he heard the footsteps of Nathaniel Payne. And a player is down on the field.
Oh, number 42, Mark Trapp.
And that's Mark Trapp.
We saw there at the end of there, Ralph DeSantis immediately getting to the quarterback. That was a great attempt at getting the sack. The quarterback was able to get it off, but the halfback wasn't able to catch the ball. It was actually an untimed down for the Lions as we're now heading into the fourth quarter. 12 minutes left in this game. It has been an absolute stalemate for both sides, in my opinion.
Yes.
If you look at this you're not going to see any impressive things from long drives. They've been ending out in turnovers or just plain out.
Yeah, both of these teams are playing pretty much true clock, but they cannot do anything offensively, as only one of the touchdowns in this game was an offensive touchdown, as the Lions, it was a weird play on a fumble that they recovered, and they scored a touchdown. That was the other touchdown. But besides that, we have really seen no offense. I mean, the Lions have been driving. They're looking to score here on Belen, but still not that much offense.
Yeah, no, 13-0. The only offensive score came in the first drive in the beginning of this game. And that's pretty much it, as we could say, for offensive plays. It's been absolutely just defensively a powerhouse for both sides.
Yeah. And we kind of knew this was going to happen. A lot of defense, as both of these teams are really good defensively.
Here we go with Aguila.
Aguila hands it off.
Oh, it's
and
another
it's a touchdown. Montgomery's into the end zone, as the Lions extend the lead against the Wolverines. It's 19-0. An extra point should make it 20-0. But this Wolverines offense they need to get something going right now. They need to start passing the ball. They can't really run the ball anymore. It's already the fourth quarter, and they need to get something going passing the ball.
It hasn't been going good for the Wolverines at all, both sides of the field. Defensively, they've been trying to hold them, and this drive just couldn't hang on long enough. And the offense has been struggling with their identity on offense. Honestly, Don Chaney hasn't been doing that well against the Lions defense, and neither has Dorian Gonzalez has been getting a lot of reps recently.
And the kick is good. It's 20-0. The Lions lead the Wolverines here in the fourth quarter. And this Wolverines offense needs to do something. They need to get the ball moving. They've been struggling to get at least a first down. I mean, this defense of the Lions has just been outstanding today.
Yeah, no, the offense for the Belen Wolverines, they've been sticking to what they're used to. The bunch formation, the single wide out, the single back. It's a lot of what they're used to in formations-wise, but play-wise, we've seen a lot of different things. It didn't really surprise the Lions defense, though, as the Lions defense has been able to stop them every which way. And honestly, if they're going to try and move this ball downfield, they're going to have to reach deep in the playbook here to get some different plays going.
The Wolverines are going to receive the ball, looking to score. They need a touchdown. They can't even afford a field goal anymore. They need a touchdown.
They need to get a touchdown in this game right now. This drive has to be a touchdown in order to get them back in this game. Another onside.
And it's recovered by Belen. They've been doing a good job in recovering the onside. And they start off with great field position, which I said was a key to the game. But, however, their offense cannot capitalize on that.
Yeah, no, the offense still is struggling. Their only good offensive drive was at the end of the second quarter, and I feel like they really do need to reach deep in the playbook. Either that or just do some straight handoffs to Don Chaney up in the middle. That's been working most of the time, or sweep plays near Borochek's side.
Yeah, at this point, I'd start passing the ball. You need big gains, and I wouldn't do the play action. I'd just play in shotgun formation and try to get rid of the ball. And they run out the middle, and they get maybe about a yard, but it seemed as if he was stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, no, this Lions front seven has been absolutely demolishing this run game altogether. The run game hasn't been at all productive for the Wolverines so far. Don Chaney's been held to under 80 yards today. That's impressive.
Yeah, I even think he's been held under like 60s. I mean, this defense of the Lions has been doing a great job containing Don Chaney. I mean, that's kind of why they had this lead and they have a shutout going. Hayden Puente. Oh, Ryan Bertrand, the junior, with a solid carry for about 6 yards.
Surprising not seeing Don on the field. This is a very interesting
Yeah,
sight.
they're in need of a comeback now, and I'd put in Don at this point.
Actually, I see Don on the sideline. He's without his pads and gear. I think he's out of this game indefinitely.
Yeah, possibly is. They want to save him from getting injured or something along those lines.
I guess so. Down 20-0 in their homecoming game, they feel like Don shouldn't be back in the game for this one. It's a play action. Dorian looks downfield. Great
And
catch
it's
by
caught.
Brochek.
Nick Brochek, a heck of a grab.
Took a big hit at the end of that
This-
play. People are in the crowd are just arguing that should have been an unnecessary roughness call.
A great play by the Wolverines and a great pass from Dorian Gonzalez finding Nick Brochek, who's the Wolverines' best receiver. They need to start doing more of that throughout the game.
Yeah, Nick. I mean, Dorian Gonzalez. We've mentioned how great of a quarterback he is and how he can be such a great quarterback. So far today, he hasn't been doing that great accurately, but right there, he just proves once again how good of a quarterback he can be. As we see encroachment on the defense here. That's going to give 5 yards for the Wolverines.
The Wolverines looking to gain some momentum.
It's going to be a 1st and 5 for the Wolverines, and a little bit of momentum early here at the 44-yard line. They're going to place it. It's a handoff inside.
And he gets a few yards on the carry.
It's going to be about a 2nd and 2. It's by Hayden Puente with 3 yards there. As we mentioned, Hayden Puente, who's a great running back, actually fullback for the Wolverines, he had gotten a lot more reps in that Doral game, and in this game seems to be the same story, actually. He's gotten more reps than Don Chaney in both of those games, and still, as we saw in the Doral game, he had a lot of yards, but in this game, he's been shut out.
Yeah, he really has.
It's a fake handoff. The Oregon takes it.
Up the middle. And he's short of the first down.
There's a couple of flags out on the field. Looks to be in the Wolverines' favor as they move the ball. They're going to place the ball at the Lions' 24-yard line. This is the furthest the Wolverines have gone since the second quarter into the enemy territory. As you see here, Nick Brochek on the single wideout off the right-hand side. Dorian takes a snap. He's going to hand it off. Ryan Bertrand.
Ryan
And he
Bertrand, the
gets
junior,
swallowed up.
breaks a tackle, but he is taken way behind the line of scrimmage. Way behind.
5-yard loss on the play. It's going to be a 2nd down and 15 for the Wolverines. Just bad luck. That's not what you want to see. Wolverines looking to get a touchdown. It's not even a question as to what points they should get. 3 isn't even an option right now. They need to get 7. As it's 2nd down and
need
15.
A touchdown. Trailing 20-0, they need
Double
a touchdown.
handoff.
Oh, and he's tripped up. Wow, he looked like he was going to break free for a touchdown on that play, but he was tripped up. Francisco Aguero on the carry.
as we mentioned earlier, the gadget plays for Francisco Aguero works more with him than anyone else. And when he runs the ball, he's efficient too, but gadget plays seems to be his best fit on the offense, getting big gains. Ryan Bertrand in motion. Fake handoff. It's a play action.
Dorian
Dorian throws
in
it.
the middle of the field,
Ooh.
nearly intercepted.
It was 4 red jerseys in that vicinity. There was no way that was going to be complete.
Yeah, good defense from the Lions.
It's 20-0. It is 4th down and 10 for the Wolverines.
A big 4th down. They need to convert on this. It's a lot to ask for, but they need to convert on this.
Safe to say this is a do-or-die moment for the Wolverines. If they cannot get this, it's pretty much out of reach.
Yeah, it's pretty much a must-do.
It's a play action. He's going to roll out.
A lot of pressure. Turns up field, and it is...
Intercepted. It's intercepted.
Intercepted. And he's taken down at about the 33-yard line. An intercepted pass by the Lions.
It's with 6:30 left in this game, 20-0.
This is pretty much
out of reach.
Yeah, it's pretty much out of reach. Wolverines offense found a little bit of momentum on that drive. However, this Lions defense is so impressive, and it seems as if they're too good and there's too much skill on that team.
Yeah, no, the Lions have been able to stop the Wolverines every which way. They have not let them get past the 10-yard line. That's how impressive the Lions defense was. They did not allow Don to get any good gains, and they did not allow Nick Brochek to get downfield. They only allowed few, if even just 2 or 3 good plays from the Belen Wolverines offense, and that was it for the rest of the game. So you see 20-0 here. 6 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. The Lions will take over on offense. Lions offense will take over. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line, and it's going to be a flag for encroachment by the defense.
And there's
no, false start by the offense. My bad.
A lot of flags have been called on the Lions throughout today, and a lot of immaturity being showed by the Lions today.
Oh, here we go. So run play by... Actually, he's still in the pocket. He's going to throw. Downfield. It's caught. The Lions. Interesting play, but they're back at the 30-yard line still. 2nd and 14. Lions. 2nd and 14, motion.
Aggie.
Slides safely to the ground. It's going to be a 3rd down and 12 for the Lions.
Aguilar on the quarterback keeper. So it's 3rd and long. So it's 3rd and 12.
5 minutes and 30 seconds left in this game.
And the Wolverines looking to get a stop quickly. And they're going to have to... Once the Wolverines get the ball there, if they get a stop, they're going to have to play some very hurry-up offense. Some fast-tempoed offense. Calvin Montgomery is in for about a 3-yard carry.
It's going to be about a 4th and about 7 for the Lions here. And so far, they pretty much went for it most of the time, but they're bringing out their punter, and they're going to give it to the Wolverines.
Wolverines, they still have time to come back, but very slim chance that it happens.
Yeah, 4 minutes and 50 seconds left for the Wolverines to try and get a score up. Oh, bobbled snap.
He's able to get the punt off. It's a short punt, and it takes a Lions bounce. I mean, the bounces have been going for the Lions this whole game. He only gets about 20 yards in the air, and then he gets a solid 20 yards on the bounce.
It's about the 21-yard line that it'll be touched.
The Wolverines in a must-score situation now.
Wolverines have 4 minutes left in this game if they want to get just even one touchdown up in this. Wolverines offense at their own 21-yard line. Sebastian Alonso out wide right. Hands it off. Swallowed up in the backfield, Ryan Bertrand.
Ryan Bertrand, we've seen him ever since Don exited the game. We've seen him come in and get most of the carries. Not doing a bad job. It's just, I mean, this game, it seems it's out of reach for the Wolverines with a running clock. 4 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, this is a very sour game for the Wolverines.
Yeah, not a good look offensively. Hopefully they don't get shut out. They need to get something going offensively.
This would be very bad for them in their homecoming game. So hand off to Aguero off the left side. He's going to bounce back.
And he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Or maybe gained a yard on that play. Just great defense from the Lions yet again.
This has been a really bad showing for the Wolverines. I mean, just a 20-0 shutout here in the homecoming game for the Wolverines. This is not good at all.
Yeah, this is not how most of the seniors wanted to end their career here at Belen. In the home game, in the homecoming game.
That would seem to be a bad snap.
Yeah, during Gonzalez lost the snap, but he was able to recover it.
Me about a 4th and 14 for the Wolverines.
And their punting team will come onto the field.
Yep, with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, they're going to punt it. Lions are going to take it and run out the clock.
The senior punter for Belen, Brennan Rice. He's had himself a great career so far at Belen. And a great season.
Yeah, he's been doing really well with the kicking game. In both punting and kicking field goals for the Wolverines. This is his last season here. As it's almost blocked.
A great punt, and it takes a positive bounce.
The Lions are going to take it.
It's returnable.
Oh, they're going to take it.
The Lions. A big gain on the punt return. Oh, my goodness.
And a flag comes late on the field here.
What a return from
Landry.
The punt returner, Landry. And great field position now for the Wolverines. I mean, my bad, for the Lions.
Yeah, the Lions are looking to take over here with 1:55 left in this game. Illegal blindside block here by the Lions on the return. They're going to bring it back. Lions are going to take over at the 44-yard line of the Wolverines.
So the Lions with the ball at the 43-yard line.
Oh, he swallowed up. Oh, wait, no.
Montgomery breaks the tackle, and big hit.
Bradley.
Everett Bradley taken down. That was Joshua Sloan, the senior.
The Lions are backed up 2 yards. 46-yard line. $120 and running. Oh,
Drop
Herard.
back. Herard throws it downfield.
It's a pick by Nate Payne.
Intercepted.
Dropped.
Oh, it's incomplete. Nathaniel Payne drops it. The senior corner.
Clock stops at 1:12 for the Wolverines. Herard steps back.
Getting pressure. He's looking downfield.
Ooh.
Oh, nice move, and he's able to gain a few yards. Gets
Pull
back
out the
to
Barry
line of
Sanders.
scrimmage.
Whoop!
And he gets a little past the line of scrimmage, gained about a yard or two. Herard and shotgun formation. Drops
Quick
back,
pass. Oh, wow.
and it's incomplete.
That's turnover on downs.
So the Wolverines get a stop,
They're going to take it over with 57 seconds left.
and hopefully they at least get a field goal or a Hail Mary or something, because they cannot lose in a shutout during their homecoming game.
I know this is a very bad game for the Wolverines. Wolverines take over with Nick Brochek right down there, number 11, and then you have Francisco Guerrero on the top right there, number 3.
And he hits Nick Brochek, who picks, just short of the first down marker.
Running clock. Running clock, even though it was out of bounds.
I believe they're just playing with the running clock just to wind this game down, but the fans do not want that. I believe they'd want to score before the end of this game.
Well, the Wolverines are going to have to get it off quickly. 30 seconds left. Dorian steps back.
Quick pass. Nick Brochek breaks a few tackles, and he's finally taken out of bounds.
13.8 seconds. They're going to take a timeout. The Wolverines are at the 40-yard line, it seems, of the Lions. Seems like a player's down for the Wolverines, though, on the field.
So with 13 seconds left, the Wolverines trail 20-0 in their homecoming game against the Champagnat Lions.
This was not a good outing by the Wolverines at all. This was
This is exactly what they did not want, especially the seniors. They didn't want to end
On a bad note.
their last home game here at Belen.
The defense did put up an impressive outing, just stopping the Lions as much as they could, but they allowed 2 touchdowns there at the end.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. As this offense really struggled, they just went against such a good defense of the Lions. So the Wolverines hope to get a touchdown.
Or just any score at this point.
Yeah, I believe they'd probably want to go for like a Hail Mary. Belen possibly going for a Hail Mary on this play. They're trailing 20-0.
Dorian under center.
Drops back in the pocket, feeling pressure.
Oh, he's
Goes
gonna lob it.
downfield, and
Oh, they're gonna call a flag.
no flag is thrown on the field.
They
What?
got a flag on the field. They're gonna call pass interference.
Oh, there is a flag on the field. That should be a pass interference on the defense. As Dorian Gonzalez showed off his arm as he tried to throw it to Nick Brochek, who was in tight coverage, but there was a pass interference called on the defense.
Yeah, they're gonna move the chains for the Wolverines. Got 5.8 seconds left here. Gonna try and make a play out of this.
With the ball at the 25-yard line, the Wolverines gonna try to go to the end zone with 5.8 seconds left. Possibly time for 2 plays. Maybe they run an out route. Dorian Gonzalez drops back, feeling pressure, throws it away. And that's the end of the game.
Game ends with an incompletion by Dorian Gonzalez, and that's it. 20-0. The Lions win at Belen's homecoming game.
As the Lions spoil the homecoming game of the Wolverines.
So to end off this game, it was not an impressive outing by the Wolverines offense. We saw multiple times they tried to get down the field and into the Lions territory and just came up short.
Yeah, a lot of good defense by the Lions and not a lot of offense from the Wolverines. And same with the Lions. They didn't have that much offense going, and it was solid defense from Belen. But the Lions defense did so good that they scored points on turnovers. The defense did. So it was a great job by the Lions in that way to spoil the homecoming game of Belen.
Yeah, the Lions defense did a really good job in shutting down the Belen offense, and just wasn't really opportune at all for the offense to get anything going. And then, even then, the defense tried their best to stop the Lions offense, and they just couldn't. Aguila made incredible passes, wide open shots in the end zone. It was a struggle for both sides of the football for the Wolverines.
Yeah, a sour loss for the Wolverines as they get shut out in a 20-0 game. The Wolverines are back to 500. They were 4-3. Now they fall to 4-4. The Lions are now 5-2. And that's it from WBLN. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.